So, taking a look here at the forces of Norsca. Oh, baby, it is a mammoth! We got Wulfric on the Chad Mammoth. Although I don't think it's a meme pick. I think it's designed to kind of like really punish the Empire lines. We got a Shaman Sorcerer of Fire. We do also have Marauders and, Berserkers. Norsca doesn't really have a big roster, so typically it's going to be an amalgamation of the same things. Probably some Armored Condom Wolves and reserves to deal with the Empire Heavy Cav. But I do like the Mammoth. I think it's going to be fun to watch. So very hyped for that. Now for the Empire Army. It is going to be Boris Todbringer. And we got Flagellant, Sigmar Sons, the Sunmaker. You just park the Sunmaker right here, and you just blast the hell out of those elite Norskins. Like, just do the work. Although, he's going to need some silver bullets. Like, silver bullets plus Toddy should be able to kill Wulfric. Wulfric's super thick, though, on the Mammoth. He's got 14,000 HP. He is an extra heavy boy. He's very, very tough to bring down. So, we'll see what Wulfric does. Looks like he's going to be moving and a grooving. Probably going to be playing the side objective. But Empire Artillery is actually very good on this map. And the reason why is because you can protect objectives 2 and 3 with it, right? So you just play these 2 objectives, don't really care about the back one until it's vulnerable, and then you can send some heavy cav over there and kind of take those. So yeah, very neat stuff. I like the Empire build. Really depends on what he has in reserve, which I wish I could like click and check as the observer. But Burning Head's going to be very good for Norsca as well, especially against these Flagellants with their 0 armor. A lot of vulnerabilities, but a lot of vulnerabilities for sure. It's on, baby. Imric actually drops in cost. Uh-oh, guys. The High Elves are back on the menu. Mammoths are pretty vulnerable against Focus Fire, yeah. But what's probably going to happen most likely is Norsca's going to see that Empire build, be like, screw that shit. They're going to go down the side here. And so they'll probably push down to Objective 3, and then maybe send the rest of their troops on over to Objective 1 here. Just like a couple units here to defend against this, and then they're going to just move this way. Yeah, you can see that. That's like the most common tactic you see in this map for melee factions against shooting factions. It's one of the only ways to really play effectively. If you go up the middle against shooting, they'll usually do pretty well against you, but it's not a huge deal for the Empire. You're just like, all right, I guess we fight over here then. It's even better because you have a choke point here, so you could just like shoot and they can't really envelop you. But yeah, Sunmaker, you just wait for them to come out of the trees and then you just start bombarding them, and it's just value city. So Marauder Horsemen coming down the center, and it looks like the Empire is going to be securing the middle. So we get some Flagellants. Huntsmen should probably sit here just to screen out the Marauder Horsemen throwing axes. And what do we get? Ooh, a Chad Blaster volley gun. Man, I think Mutant's trying to become our favorite player here. This is great. So check it out. So he does have the HELLBLASTER volley gun as well as the Sunmaker. Oh, baby. Talk dirty. I love this. And this is one of my favorite tactics as well. Is just parking the HELLBLASTER right here. And then, dude, especially in this new game mode where it's like longer, this is just going to be so punishing. He just needs to make sure that no hounds or slippery units like get into his battle lines, right? That's like the main thing. And the Sunmaker is shooting now, which I think is a little bit of a mistake. It's going to be partially blocked by the trees, but oh boy. Okay, it still paid huge dividends there. Yeah, so Norsca saw, oh my god, I love the Sunmaker. He saw the, and it's a 2,000 gold unit. It should do that much damage. But the HELLBLASTER volley gun, I think he saw it and he was like, screw that shit, I don't want any of that. So we do have these Sigmar Sons and Spearmen going over here, which will be pretty good at defending this point. Norsca going to be defending their back point just fine. And the Sunmaker is going to be making it rain. Raining holy justice on these foul Norskins. Oh, I love it. Crush the meta. So they're being crushed there by the Sunmaker. And so far, that's some big Sigmarite value. Decent Burning Head does get through a couple of the Empire units. But that is some devastating artillery fire from the Empire. And, you know, the cavemen here are kind of struggling. They're banging their rocks against the cave walls, trying to figure out how to get back here and deal with this technology. But now we have the HELLBLASTER volley gun also shooting. So the HELLBLASTER volley gun's getting in there and just peppering these Norscan units. Sigmar bless this build, man. I mean, assuming Sexy Mutant keeps playing tight like this, doesn't make any big, gameplay mistakes, then, he could be in really, really good shape here, right? So the Sunmaker is going to keep shooting here. So there they go. And you definitely just want to hit the Berserkers, but you don't want to shoot near your own units. If you do that, the Sunmaker will wipe out your own Sigmarites, and it won't reflect in the value, but it can actually hurt pretty bad. Toddy needs to get engaged, go after these guys. Sunmaker needs to switch shooting at the deeper units. It's a really, really important thing. And now we do have the HELLBLASTER volley gun shooting at Wulfric. So Wulfric, though, is just going deep. I mean, goddamn, look at these poor spearmen. They get charged by the Mammoth and broken in like a second. So it looks like Norsca is going to be taking the side objective with some very, very good Mammoth play. But this is where you need to see silver bullets coming out 100%. So Burning Head, a very good adjustment there by the Mutant. He's now shooting his HELLBLASTER volley gun further back into these guys. And the Marauders, not Marauders, but the Flagellants, which are Marauders of Sigmar, I suppose, are going to be moving in while Toddy comes in with a very, very aggressive push, getting a terror rout on these units. The Empire still hasn't captured this objective, but remember the game mode's quite a bit longer now, so it's going to take a while. The Empire does have the back, but the HELLBLASTER volley gun has done about 2,000 to 3,000 HP on this bad boy. Some Flagellants kind of chilling in the back. Sigmar Suns, unfortunately for them, going to get massacred pretty badly. And we do see some Spearmen moving over to the side point. What you really need is Silver Bullets here. Silver Bullets need to get on there and just start putting some serious hurt on that Mammoth. Because if the Mammoth pushes all the way to the artillery and the Empire doesn't have any, cav or mass to stop it, then that's probably GG, and that's going to give Norsca the victory. And currently, Mutant's playing very well, but that's not going to matter if Wulfric shuts down all of your artillery. And we do see Empire Knights coming out, which is a great play. Wulfric just getting Hellblastered right in the face, but these heavy cav need to come over here and stop this bad boy. They need to charge into the Wanderer. So here they come, surrounded by Flagellants. Dude, a Hellblaster volley gun at like point blank range is going to do so much damage. No, what are the Empire Knights doing? Need to stop Wulfric. It's a good thing that House Cat of War isn't like charging that artillery. He can be really disruptive back there. But it looks like he's going to be parking in front, and there are the Empire Knights. And since Wulfric is such a big target, the Hellblaster volley gun is going to be able to do some really, really big damage and lock him down. The Knights do have enough mass. He's down to 7,900 HP right now. And though Norsca is dominating the objective game with the new game mode, with domination being reworked, like factions that have shooting, in the old meta, this would be a Norscan victory because, you would just be stuffed and you wouldn't be able to do anything, right? But now you actually have to trade more efficiently with some of these barbarian factions, right? Another Empire Knight coming in, probably going to head off these Norscan Warhounds. A beautiful, beautiful Empire Knight play. And we do see the point-blank Hellblaster volley gun is so cool. Oh my god, just look at this. Look at this beauty. Just the giant mammoth just being locked down and just shot to pieces. They're like, fire, reload, fire. Come on, you gotta fire. Oh my god, and like every shot is hitting too. Oh my god, the DPS is so great. I love it. And look at that. In the back, we still have some Chad Sigmar Suns fighting. Hound's getting routed off the edge of the map. Dude, this guy, I was wondering, I came into the tournament today and I was looking at the Empire's win rate, and somebody had won a bunch of games with them. It was probably this gentleman here. He is truly a disciple of Sigmar. Granted, Norsca still does have the triple cap on him, right? So Norsca does have the objectives, but they're falling behind very, very heavily in value. Losing your big centerpiece like this, and the Empire now has more time to get objectives back, which I think is very, very good for the game mode. You can't just mouth breathe and march infantry on objectives anymore. You have to actually value trade and treat it more like a battle, which I think is great. So Hellblaster volley gun shooting here, and now they're teeing off on the Shaman Sorcerer. This is looking to be GG. Like, the Norscan army has been absolutely demolished, and the Empire has been very, very good at defending themselves. And a lot of domination is the map meta. Like, on certain maps, you do not want to play against gunline factions on this map. If you're playing against, like, Empire, Vampire Coast, Cathay on this map, you want to bring something that can shoot back and trade at a range with them. Melee factions, of course, can dominate and swarm you on more open field maps, which I think is, like, really cool to see how there's going to be more of a map meta developing here, right? So the Mammoth is going to survive. It's got a little bit of HP, and yeah, now there's just a big wall of Sigmarites moving over to this objective. They should be able to get that one. And on the middle, I think Empire might be able to get it. The back objective being defended by some spears. There's still a chance that Norsca might be able to pull off an objective victory. They're a third of the way to victory. It's certainly a long time, and Wulfric has been taken down by the steel, faith, and gunpowder of Sigmar. I love it. So Spearmen moving over. We do have some Empire Knights collapsing. This is like super clean Empire play from Sexy Mutant, and love to see it. Love to see it for sure. So here they come. We got some Spearmen moving on over here, and the Empire Knight's going to be hustling on over to Objective 3. Hellblaster, dude, the Hellblaster volley gun is so Chad. This thing has just been doing huge damage this game. And also, oh, is that a second Hellblaster? Dude, he went double Hellblaster with Sunmaker. Sunmaker is going to be unsummoned right now, but Norsca has basically been routed off the battlefield. It's looking like the middle objective is going to be going to the Empire, and it's only a matter of time before the Empire gets the back objective. Having a value lead of 6,000, so many people got so comfortable with just throwing shit at objectives and just winning with like strong melee units that I think people are going to need a little bit of time to readjust to the fact that they actually have to fight now. Boris Todbringer moving in, chasing down the Shaman Sorcerer, and the Shaman Sorcerer is going to be running for sure. And yeah, Norsca, they can hold this back point. It might be enough to get him there, but I have to do some quick math in my head, I suppose. But the Empire Knight's going to be able to probably get there, and the Empire just has so much of a presence on the battlefield that I think they have time to get it. Spearmen with shields are making their way towards the back objective, a little bit of a slow, progressive push. And we do get the Beast of Tashnar kind of sitting up here, maybe waiting to ambush some of the artillery units. Dude, the double Hellblaster shooting downtown and just ripping apart the Skinwolves is so cool. Oh my god, it's just beautiful. Just pure beauty. And yes, the Skinwolves being hunted down by Boris Todbringer, immediately routed by the Empire artillery. In the middle, we have Huntsman, we have the Fire Mage, and Norsca basically is dead in the water. I mean, they don't really have a whole lot. We do see the Beast of Tashnar kind of sitting here, and the Zentler's Reichsguard going to be hunting down these Hounds. Hound's going to be looking to maybe flank around. They might be able to get an opportunity. And this is like a play you need earlier, right? Like, to find an opening in your opponent's formation to get back to their artillery pieces, right? And shut them down. Granted, it's harder now because of the reinforcements, but again, this map is a map where when I was playing last night against Anticity, both of us knew. We were like, okay, it's going to be Coast Cathay. It's going to be a shootout. That's how this map's going to play out. This map certainly favors shooting factions. Granted, you can play melee grind on it. There's some opportunities, but yeah, it's tricky. Corn is actually doing well. Somebody in chat saying rip Corn in domination. Definitely not. Corn still has a very solid 50% win rate. Of course, they're matchup specific and map dependent, but so is every faction. If you put the Empire on Galleon's Cove or on any of these kind of maps where shooting is very tough, like Broken Lake Gully, they're not going to be very good. But on maps like this, they're going to be stronger. So very, very massive value difference. We do see Boris Todbringer kind of flying over here, but that's going to be GG. Well played. The Sons of Sigmar with the steel chair. Those skin wolves, like Hadri said in chat, could not handle that level of artillery penetration. That is true. 100% facts. That build just brought me such immense joy. Sunmaker with good value. And look at this. The Hellblaster Volleyguns both doing very well. It's a great build. The only thing I would recommend in this build is finding a way to get one silver bullet in there. It's such a game changer. Granted, his artillery did the job, but silver bullets can also do very well too. But other than that, the build's perfect. I loved it. And yeah, for the Norscan build, it was fine. He couldn't quite get into the backfield. Maybe he needed to bunker bust the middle and focus more on pushing the artillery and shoving that back, right? Because he played the side objective, but maybe like an all-out push against the artillery has got to be the play if you see that, right? Yeah, GG, well played. Like, there was 2 Norscan units sitting on the back objective. There was some in the middle, some on the side. They were kind of like playing the old school way, which is just like stuff the Empire on objectives, but now that you have more time, you got to fight a little bit more. You got to fight a little bit more. Granted, that was a huge value lead anyways. I think even if we were playing on the previous patch, the Empire would have won that game. The value differential was just so big. The nation calls, baby. GG, well played, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that one.